What's up guys, I'm Chase Brogan, and today in this video we are jumping into the BOSGAME M6 HX370 AI mini PC. And this mini PC here packs some serious firepower. This is powered by the AMD Ryzen AI9 HX370 processor. That's 12 cores, 24 threads, with speeds up to 5.1 gigahertz. We also have 32 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM, as well as a 1 terabyte SSD installed within here, running Windows 11. Now for graphics, we have the Radeon 890M integrated graphics, which is currently one of the most capable iGPUs that you can find in a compact system like this. So today in this video, we are going to unbox this first and foremost. We're going to take a look at the layout and design of this mini PC, and then we're going to fire it up. We're going to test out a bunch of different games so we can see what the performance is like on here and whether this actually is a solid option for AAA gaming or not. Let's dive into it. All right, guys, here is our box. We're going to go ahead and start opening this up. So first and foremost, we have our instruction manual here, and it's pretty thick. We're going to go ahead and just thumb through this really quickly. So it walks through what's included in the package. You can see everything listed on there. We're going to dive into it firsthand right here, though. Walks through all the available ports on here. Walks through how to set this up as well. Nice diagrams throughout here, and then this is in a bunch of different languages. So I did see inside here it does walk through how you can go ahead and expand on your storage capacity as well. So here is the unit itself right on top. We're going to go ahead and set that aside just for the time being. I want to see what else is included in here. There's two compartments at the bottom. We're going to go ahead and pop both of those out. Inside this one, let's see what we have. I imagine this is going to be our power supply cable. There we go. So one part power supply cable. Always like that. You don't have to connect two different pieces together. It's all in one. Other box right here. This is going to deliver us with the HDMI cable right here. So good length on this. Definitely a chunky HDMI cable, but no mounting bracket as far as I can see anyways. Box is completely empty. Unless it's in here, it looks like we just have the mini PC. So let's go ahead and open this up. So this is a very unique design right here. Take a look at this. Very sleek, very modern looking. Definitely like the color scheme. This is metal on the outside here. And then we have plastic across the front. Now let's take a look at the port options on the front panel here. So the way that this is going to sit on a desk is just like this. So front panel located right here, we have our headphone jack over here. We have our USB 4 port. This is Type C. We have two USB 3 ports and then one regular USB port right over here. So all three of these are USB-A. Type C is the only one right there. We have our orange power button all the way over here on the right hand side if you're looking at it head on. You can see on the top here it says AMD Radeon graphics. We have the AMD Ryzen AI9 HX processor as well, as we went through all of that. Now we have nice ventilation throughout the design here, very much like that. Now on both sides there's absolutely no ports. It's just going to be purely ventilation. But if we go ahead and we turn this around here, back here you can see all of our ports easily accessible on the back side. So we have two Ethernet ports over here. We have two USB-A ports. One is USB 3, one is USB 2. We have our Oculink up here. We have our display port, and we have our HDMI port here. And then we also have a USB 4, which is, of course, Type C. So I love the fact that we have right there multiple display options, and you actually get up to 8K through the display here as well, which is incredible. Now we also have another audio jack connection back here, so you can connect a headset there very easily. And then we also have our power supply cable connection. So when you want to power this up, we go ahead and we grab the power supply cable, which you already unboxed, and you just simply plug that in right there. So we are going to go ahead and fire this up. Now if we wanted to open this up, in order to do so, we do have to flip this over, and you'll notice that down here there is a bottom panel. And the only thing securing this in place is just one Phillips head screw right there. So I'm going to go ahead and actually unscrew this, and we'll take a peek under the hood. All right, so as we lift this off, we do have to be careful because there is a cable connection right underneath here. We're going to go ahead and just very carefully remove that. So you can see, went ahead and removed that right there. The cooling fan is located right inside here. You can actually see the cooling fan right behind the grate right there. So if we take a peek inside, you can see where that cable connection was made. Very easy to go ahead and plug that right back in. But we can very easily also go in here and install another SSD if we wanted to increase the storage capacity. You can see right over here is where that would get installed. But you can also easily access your RAM. You can go in here and make any adjustments that you're looking to with ease. I like the fact that it's very easy to access and we don't have to remove those four rubber feet at the bottom. Oftentimes many PCs, they have the set screws that you have to remove in order to access everything internally under those. And the inconvenience there is that once you remove these once, they never stick on there right ever again. So love the fact that we don't have to deal with any of that here. We have that one screw that locks this in place. I'm going to go ahead, I'll show you guys how easy this is to reinstall here. It's incredibly easy. So what we will do is we just simply go ahead and make that connection right back in there. Press it down firmly. You see it's connected. And then we just simply put that front line in first, and then we can drop this in place. Just like so. And we'll go ahead and re-secure our screw in there to lock everything in. And then we'll fire this up, jump into a bunch of games, and test out the performance.
15 left. Fight! 30 Fight 2! Ready? Go! Take that! All right! Ha! KO!
Alright guys, we jumped into this mini PC right here from BOSGAME. Now, this definitely blew me away. Great performance on here, which we're going to dive into in depth momentarily. But we also have a great layout and design. Now, full disclosure, I have reviewed other mini PCs from this company in the past. It's been a while though, but I've only reviewed like entry-level mini PCs. Now, I actually have one of those mini PCs inside of an arcade one-up cabinet that I modded a couple of years back, and I will say this, it runs as well today as it did on day one. So BOSGAME definitely makes great products that are reliable and have longevity backing them. So great product here. I love the layout and design. It's very different than mini PCs that we typically see. It's got great ventilation. There's ventilation on literally every side of this. Now I want to talk about the port offerings on the front panel here. We have a Type-C port, which is becoming more and more prominent. But another thing that's becoming more and more prominent is limited USB-A ports. And that's not the case here. We have 3 right across the front. We have 2 USB 3 ports, 1 USB 2. But for me, somebody that is constantly bringing in different controllers, flash drives, external hard drives, external SSDs, this has everything that I need right on that front panel for easy access. Of course, I also use a keyboard, I use a mouse, and I usually make those connections with USB-A ports rather than Bluetooth. So definitely a big fan of that. Now the back side here has multiple display options. In fact, there's support up to 8K on here. We have 2 Ethernet ports. We have 2 additional USB-A ports, 1 3, 1 2, and we have the OcuLink in addition to DisplayPort, HDMI, and USB 4. So OcuLink is becoming more and more prominent in mini PCs these days, but typically you have to install that yourself. When you open up the box on most mini PCs, not all, but most, you're provided the OcuLink, but you have to open up the mini PC and install it. It's not a tedious process, but it is still a process. Not the case here. It's already set up. As soon as you open up the box, if you want to use OcuLink, it's right there, ready to be used. No installation required at all. So let's talk about performance now. We jumped into a wide range of games. I focused mainly on the more demanding titles here. So I'm a huge retro gamer. Played a lot of those games here. We tested out GameCube, Switch, PS2, PS3, Xbox, Xbox 360. Now keep in mind all those retro collections, NES, Genesis, Classic Arcade, MAME. All of those are going to run perfect, N64, Dreamcast, etc., as long as those higher end ones work. So that's why I didn't dive into literally every single collection imaginable today. I focused more on the more demanding stuff. Everything runs great on here when we're talking about retro. Xbox 360, great performance. Original Xbox, GameCube, Wii U, Nintendo Switch, no issues whatsoever. And that's all possible because of the processor here, as well as the AMD Radeon graphics that are integrated right into this. So those pair beautifully for retro. Now AAA titles and PC games here, great experience for the most part, but let me be perfectly clear, this is not replacing a full-scale gaming PC. A full-scale gaming PC is going to have much better graphics and much more capabilities. So we jumped into Fortnite, for example. In order to get Fortnite running as well as what you guys saw here in this video, I did have to rein it in a little bit. I had to downgrade the graphics, I had to adjust the frame rate, so we were able to get a good experience that didn't have lags and delays, but we had to reel it in considerably. So again, this is not to replace a full-scale gaming PC where you could have, you know, an 8K experience with certain titles if you really wanted to. So you do have to rein it in here with AAA titles. Some games performed without a hitch. Some you had to adjust the settings. So it is a little bit hit or miss there. I wouldn't necessarily say get this if you want to just have a AAA gaming experience. I always think that if you want to dive into AAA gaming on a regular basis, a mini PC is not going to be the best option. You want to get a dedicated full-scale gaming PC where you're going to have a more seamless experience from top to bottom. This is great if you want to, you know, dip your toes in the waters of AAA gaming from time to time, but you're not going to be bent out of shape if you have to adjust those settings and kind of rein it in a little bit as we had to do today. So keep in mind the capabilities here, weigh out the pros and cons, see if it's right for you. It's a great option though, very compact, very efficient, and it gets you into a wide range of things outside of gaming. You can watch Netflix on here, you can watch movies on here, you can do advanced editing on here, you can do any workflow that you would ever need to right from this mini PC. So lots of potential here. To learn more about this product, click the link in the description of this video. That is going to do it for today, guys. Hit me up in the comments, let me know what you guys thought about this product from BOSGAME. Thank you so much for your support. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video.